All right. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you guys are at. 3:05 Eastern Standard Time, and I want to roll Professor Gerdes in here right now so that everybody knows this is a co-stream between myself, I resurrected, and Professor Gerdes there on Professor Gerdes Explains Ukraine and his support of Ukraine, which is unending. So we just want to say welcome back. I am pushing right now to get Zhenya in here, but Prof, welcome, and
Yeah.
I would say welcome to myself to your channel.
Thank you. And so if you're not familiar with Greg Terry because you're somewhat new to, I know a number of you have joined me in the last few weeks. And Greg Terry and I, back at Christmas, we started a fundraiser. Greg, okay, so Greg's been in Ukraine for like 20 years, and I had no real connections there. I was doing this independently, not realizing what he was doing, and we connected last year. And then at Christmas, we did a fundraiser, and that morphed into another fundraiser and another fundraiser. And what is it that was raised between Christmas and, well, presently? I mean, it's you have that answer down much better than I do. By the way, I don't fundraise for Ukraine through my channel. I have Greg's links below. You give to his ministry, which gives to Ukraine. Like that's the way I do it. I don't try to do this for like to me. I don't want to be the middleman. Okay, I don't want money flowing through me. If you want to support my channel, I appreciate that. If you buy me a coffee or something, but that's different than like if you want to give to Ukraine, use the link for Greg. Okay, how much has that been? Like, and it wasn't just Greg and myself. It was Greg, Rick, Johnny Pierce. So we fundamentally believe that if you, like I tell my students, cooperate to graduate, right? Unity is far better than pulling all different directions and that sort of thing. So I'm sorry, Greg, I asked you a question, then I cut you off by talking a lot, but I tend to monopolize the conversations in my classroom.
Well, that's your style, and you give me a lot of homework as well when I'm in Ukraine. I do not know the exact number. I
Ballpark.
can tell you, between when you came up with the idea, it was really your initiation. Hey, let's do something special for Christmas. You put on the Christmas hat, and now we are here at July,
Hold on, I still have that.
August 13th, and that's the Christmas hat that started it all. Now you guys can tell what kind of person Professor Gerdes is. He just keeps a stocking hat for Christmas under his feet, year
It's
round.
almost Christmas. I'm
It's
ahead of
almost
time.
Christmas, yeah. But between $400,000 and $500,000, very accurately, and since we've began,
yeah,
at least
so don't,
pushing 800,000. I mean, I want to be exactly
something like
accurate.
that.
I don't have the exact number, but we're pushing towards $1 million of aid. We're pushing toward it.
So,
we're going to get it.
And the whole point of raising that was just so that if you're not aware of what we've been doing, because this what we're going to do is catch you up on what has happened since then. And it's really important that you understand that there's strength in unity. That's always how this kind of thing works. And like Greg helps me by having the conduit into Ukraine to see where I can't see. I help Greg because for some bizarre reason that I don't understand, I have a bigger audience than he does. I don't get it, but like, by the way, subscribe to Greg's channel if you haven't already. And then we help the audience by providing a conduit into giving into Ukraine. And so we're all helping each other in different ways in this process. So that's how you got to play life. You got to work with other people. And when you realize that you go further and faster by working with other people, a lot of things go well. So,
well,
okay,
we received the nicknames Dr. Energy and Dr. Synergy, and we really believe in that synergistic working together between YouTube communities, between just people out there that are looking for an avenue to help. And we're trying to provide that. And we're thankful for other YouTube communities. We're thankful for partners. We're thankful for friends. We're thankful for collaborators. And I mean that in a positive connotation, working together, collaborating. But to be honest with you, the missing piece of the puzzle that makes it work for us is this. What's up, stud?
Hey.
Woo! We're back. Professor Gerdes, I know I'm pushing your conservative there. I think one of your whiskers started to dance on the left chin, but may have just been your
Yeah,
fan blowing.
I waited till I was 51 to grow a beard, and now I look like Santa Claus. Like, what the heck, man? This was not what I thought it would look like. So, anyway.
Guys, it's been a journey. Today's stream is going to be special, and we are getting back to normal. And we will tell you everything that's unfolding. And for those of you that do not know, on my left, there's Zhenya Matsutsa, my partner, my best friend in the world. We roll together for 25 years. Operator Starsky, welcome to you. Thank you for being in here, my friend. Love partnering with you. Rick the Ukrainian, thank you for being in here. All of you guys that are dropping super chats now and welcome backs, thank you. We have so much to cover, but Professor Gerdes, you laid it out there. We're one big family, and two of our family members are in here right now with Starsky and Rick. There may be others. I just can't see the chat going that quickly, but want to just say thank you to everybody. There's Rick talking to Starsky. We got to do a stream someday. You think? And Starsky's in here too. The chat's moving so quick. So thank you guys. Jacob, you the guy. We were just talking about unity, working together. And we're just thankful. Today's stream is going to be extremely special because in our thumbnail, and Professor Gerdes and I discussed it. Actually, he called me or texted me. He says, Greg, I don't want people to misunderstand if we're putting Pete's image in there. I said, well, this stream will have Pete's image in there, and let me explain to you why. Because I made a promise to the YouTube community and to Pete's mother and to his brother and his sister that I would share the video of the spreading of his ashes and other things. And today is the day we're going to do that. We need to do that. So we will be showing that. In fact, right now, I am wearing Pete's jacket. This was gifted to me. There's In God We Trust. I gave that to Pete first time I met him, and here is his real Hasta la Vista. This is his battle-worn Ukrainian, there he is, Ukrainian flag, Project Constantine. This is the real one. Not that they're all not real. There's the 67th, and there's the UK Ukrainian patch together. This stays right with me, guys. This is the jacket that actually Pete did a video on, and maybe sometime in the future I'll share that again, months and months ago, where he was on position, and it took shrapnel, this jacket, and you can see the holes in it there. I'm learning my new cameras here. Yeah, right there. And he was talking about how God, protected him and saved him, was at the right time, at the right place. And so Maros wanted me to have a couple of special things of Peter's, and I am so honored to wear this jacket. I'm telling you, man, I can feel his hug around me. So we will be sharing today the spreading of Pete's ashes. It's powerful. So thank you for that. Before we do that, let's start this way. Zhenya, can you just give everybody 4 or 5 minute update on how the war is? We're hearing about what's happening in Kursk region and the incursion from the Ukrainian forces. We also know that it's difficult for Ukraine down towards Pokrovsk. But in general, just across the front line, say hello to everybody, and maybe Professor Gerdes will have a question for you.
Okay, hello to everybody. Hello to all the friends, and a special big hello to Professor Gerdes and Greg Terry. And we stand against of Russian aggression. Ukraine is not giving up and will not. Our guys, the commanders, doing everything, and they're, I would say, doing its creative ways. And I want to stick it right in the beginning. If you heard something about Kursk and something about Ukraine is occupying or some of Russian territories, I want to stick here one thing. Ukraine doesn't need Russian territory and doesn't need Russian population. We need our sovereignty.
Mm-hmm.
We need our borders, international borders, and the thing we do, our guys doing, our commanders, our tigers, Ukrainian tigers on the front line, doing everything to liberate own land, which is occupied by Russia on the different territories, and that's it. This is our fight against of it. So the situation quite ugly on I would say Pakros direction, that area. It's bad there, and Russians are coming closer and closer to Pokrovsk, already really close to Mirnograd.
Mm-hmm.
The road we were going from Konstantinovka to Pokrovsk, like through Mirnograd, regularly, now blocked. I mean, not possible. It's to go the same way. It's 50% of it goes by the fields, and it
Yes.
reminds me the road we had in the 22 and 23rd, some Nikolaev and Kherson regions, and Zaporizhia region. We were using this, like field roads.
Yes.
And what else? Our guys, there is some movement on, I would say, the rotations, some on the Chernigiv area and Sum area. Situation in Vovchansk. We have some. We had, let's say, some really advantages there. Then Russia sent some more guys, special prepared assault groups, and there is a fights in the center of the city there. I mean, there is no city because Russia does the same every time. They're using gliding bombs, any kind of bombs. They are just destroying the cities. And here I would just think about the own land now. Let's say fights moved on the Russian side. They now do the same on their territory. They smashing own places, own villages, own buildings, and so it's just their tactic. This is what they can do. Then on the Kherson, that area, there is a Kinburg's, we call it Kasa, the place on the other side. And let's say our guys are doing great attempts to get some more land. We have some results there, but it's not, let's say, it's not principle there. Like, I mean, we got not so much there. Let's say there is a fights going there and there and back. Then coming back to Kursk, you will hear more and more about that area. Russians already moved some part of their some battalions from the Zaporizhia area and mostly Zaporizhia area, maybe a little bit from the Donetsk. And we have some news like pro-level drone pilots are working there today, and our guys had a little bit problems there. But we're still moving forward there. I mean, moving forward, it's not about getting Moscow or something like this. Our guys having plans, and we will not hear about it until it will be fulfilled.
I have drawn on a map and kept up with you as you were going. Right there, I'm physically showing people with the dark blue line the actual border of Ukraine. Do not be confused by the fortification lines. That's the border of Ukraine, and circled in the yellow there is the Ukrainian incursion. So that's good. Thank you for sharing all of that. I know Starsky is in here. Do you know anything? Because he has a special place to him, and I'll go down there. But Krakowa. How are we down in Krakowa? It's special for Starsky. He's in here. And Krakowa is Very important place. A lot of people do not talk too often about it, but it needs to be talked about. This is the push along this way, and a key place like Myrnograd across for Ukraine supply line and defenses is Karakova. You know anything on Karakova?
No,
Okay.
not enough details. Then I will not. I will not touch it.
Okay, but it's about 6 kilometers from zero, so 7. So it's tough, and you can just imagine the drones and shelling. So there, we basically have the update. Let me get this back to us three. And Professor, you have any questions for Jania? Technically,
Yeah, tell me
before we
about
start
the
sharing a lot
tell
of
me about
video.
the yeah, tell me about the mood after what's happened with the Kursk invasion. Has that changed the feeling or sentiment in Ukraine? Do they feel differently now? Because I can tell you, YouTube audience really is paying attention to this now in a much bigger way. Nothing succeeds like success, right? So how has it felt in Ukraine?
It was very important for our guys on the front line. First thing. The secondary, I would say, like the rest of Ukraine. Why? Like, let's say about a month ago, Syrskyi visited some guys, one of the assault brigade, and he mentioned, okay, guys, it's good. We have, like, be encouraged. Soon we will go to counter-offensive. And they were talking between each other. What kind of counter-offensive? We already had it. It was failed in Zaporizhia. What about that? And he didn't mention what kind. And now, they said, okay, now we really happy. Finally, this brigade still fighting. On Donetsk region, let's say in Donetsk region, but they are so happy. They send a special feedback. Now we hear it, we see it, and now we so happy that our guys are pushing and fighting and let's say showing something about Ukrainian army there. And it keeps our guys, doing new thing on Zaporizhia area, Kherson area, and Donetsk area as well, and Kharkiv direction. Vovchansk, that area. So it's really changed. A lot of people are excited, and the military guys excited because in some moment it was like almost. It sounds like, oh, we don't know where is hope. We need to do something, and because we're fighting, we're standing, and we were losing territory day by
Yeah.
day. But now, when it shows that about over 1,000, some places sources saying it's about more, but over 1,000 square kilometers under Ukrainian control, and now our guys discussing, okay, we need to take care of these civilians there who stayed. But it's all of it. The picture are really important for us, and
So
it's
one of the accounts that I read, someone, one of the fighters, Ukrainian fighters in Russia, said, I feel like a tiger, right? And
Mhm.
because he's
Yeah.
released to go take this on, right? Okay. Second question: do you feel like this, from everything that you understand, will ease some of the pressure off of the Donetsk region pushing toward Pokrovsk, or will that not happen?
I would, let's say, I think we will see it and feel it a little bit later
Okay,
because it's like a battery, like AQ battery. The first, and then when it's the capacity is not so big,
hmm
then it's then with the time you can feel the difference, and it's the same. Probably the things looks like nothing is being changed, but in reality potential being changed so much, and I believe we will see the result of it on some of the directions soon.
That's a very fair answer. All right, I'm good.
Great, 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 great. Just want to say thank you to all the folks that are in both chats. Thank you for your super chats, your memberships. Richard Bennett gifting 5 memberships. Dutch Lion, welcome to crew member. Blonde Bombsheller, welcome to crew member. Dunk on you 23, $20 super chat. Welcome back, Slava Ukraini. Dunk on you gifting 5 memberships. I know Dunk on you is at work right now and listening, but thank you, my friend. Armored Robbie, I'm not even going to try it and mess it up. Armored Robbie, good to see you back, Greg. Good job with everything. Some travel funds for your coming mission, 129 Swedish krones. Thank you for that. Speaking of the current mission upcoming, I just got back going streaming today. I'm leaving Monday for Ukraine. It's time to go. Jane and I have been apart for a month. That's too long. I miss you, buddy.
Miss you.
Thank you.
One thing I want to add, I want to share to all the people, and sorry, but when, yes, the part is excited on the groups, especially guys whose group are there on the course direction, let's say, there is new thing appeared.
Mm-hmm.
Now, every day, in between of successful operation and some success, every day I can read, but guys, here is the price we pay. Here is the price we pay. Now they share more and more how much we're losing as well. But now it's probably easier to share because we have success, there is a price. Because you cannot share all the time, there is a price, there is a price, there is a price, there is a price, and we're losing. It's just, I mean, it's with the time, it's just killing. And now the situation is like, and people see the price, see the reality, and then they see the success. And so this success is not something easy. It's very important and very valuable.
I am still convinced, and I will stand by this. In 26 years in Ukraine, this is going to come down in the end to mobilization and manpower, and the world standing with Ukraine, and Russia dissolving from the inside out. I know that is one of that's one of Starsky's big things, and he's got the expert opinion on it. They have to dissolve from the inside out. It's a big bear, but it is wonderful to be punching the bear. And I can tell you that it is expensive to punch the bear. And we need to remember those.
Can I add to that or
giving their
tweak
lives
that a little bit,
Yeah.
Greg? So
Yeah.
So if Ukraine were to lose, and I hope that that's not the case, you're right, the manpower issue is the issue. If Russia is to lose, I think it won't be so much battlefield loss as much as a political or economic turbulence caused by the war itself that causes that kind of thing to implode internally in Russia, and that will force it. I think that's how it'll go. And again, this is just my speculation, my gut, everything that I've read. But it won't be a manpower issue on the Russian side as much as it is a just economic. And I think it'll be more economic leading to political, if I have my understanding correct. But that's how I see it. And so, yeah.
Well, fair enough. I don't disagree with that at all. I would definitely say, if it comes down to a manpower issue, Ukraine will have an issue before Russia. If it comes to an economic issue, if we stand together with them, Russia can have that issue first. That's it.
That's right.
All right. Let me finish this. Blonde Bombsheller, $20 super chat. Great to have you back. Hugs to you from the Cape May crew. Layan, Gracie, and Alex, and Blonde Bombsheller Alex says high five to Jania from Alex. Jania, you got a high five from Alex.
Looks like Jania froze.
Well, he could be sleeping right now. We do have to remember he is inside Ukraine, so he'll be back. And I'll remind him he got a high five from Alex. Cats. Thank you so much for the gifted membership. Tracy Berry, thank you for gifting the membership. Haji, gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Petra Olson, with love to Ukraine. Go Ukraine, go. And that is our designated non-smoking campaign from Petra. Nancy Hope, Canadian $6.99. Thank you. Lucia Beach Rapani, welcome to crew member. Papa Dutch, 5. Ukraine attacks with precision. Russia attacks with bulldozers. That is correct, sir. Very accurate. Keith Kane, member for 2 months. Unity brings victory. You want to speak to that, Prof?
Absolutely. I mean, this is just how the world works. I mean, when you work together, like, so I spent the first like 20 years of my academic career thinking I need to do all my own work. I need to write my own articles. You know how much easier life got when I started co-writing with other experts? They know things that would take me a long time, and I can just co-write with them. Like, and I see it everywhere now that working with other people actually functions so much better. And so the audience working with you and I in order to fund Ukraine, or just you and I working together.
Hmm.
Like you can talk about the map and pronounce things that I couldn't get near. By the way, I'm on my second day of Duolingo of Ukrainian, so just I mean,
Oh,
I'm
dobre,
going to start pronouncing things
dobre.
properly
Oh
eventually one
yes,
of these days.
you will be executing that perfectly. And if you can finish your first week of Ukrainian on Duolingo, I think next week you can go to Ukraine with me. And when we go through the blog post, we'll have you be the designated translator.
I'm going to be slaughtering things for a long time. I slaughter things in English as well, but I'm trying. I really am trying to up my game here. And yeah,
Lev Koval just bought 5 coffees. I know Rick was having some issues with buying me a coffee, and others started to figure a way around that. But I
yeah, there was some issue in
in
Ukraine,
Ukraine,
inside
but
Ukraine, like they wouldn't provide to
yeah,
their
but
banks or something.
as I understand, they're figuring where there's a will, there's a way. For us outside of Ukraine, it works flawlessly. So, of course, we'll do whatever we need to do to stand with our Ukrainian streamers. But
Yeah, to my understanding, this wasn't like a political statement or anything. It was just trying to technologically make
mhm,
things work. So it's not like they were like, "Well, you're for the war, so we're not." It
no,
wasn't that kind of
it's
thing.
not that at all. And the other thing is, I can witness and testify to it can be quite challenging to move funds inside of Ukraine, even when you're dealing with major banks and wires. It's just sometimes a challenge. So it's not surprising to me that companies sometimes have to deal with things, fix things, pause things, stop things, change things. It's just the way it is. Um,
All right, Greg, I'm going to embarrass you. uh, one of my viewers in the stream said here, Greg, if any man is worthy of wearing the hero's jacket, it is you, sir.
Thank you.
Look what I just did there.
Malcolm Bills, 10 pounds. Still standing with you, Greg. Malcolm, you've been with me since day one when you were the only viewer. Thank you. Paul Gilbert, member for 5 months. Let's get busy, guys. Slava Ukraina. Paul Gilbert, you haven't seen anything yet. And Zhenya, before you bounced out, you had a high five from Alex in Cape May, New Jersey. There you go. There's your high five back.
Thank you.
Now, I want to address one thing. Thank you. We've got full chats on both channels. And I know there was a question or a comment in your chat. I'm trying to watch both and produce everything here. I do have it's a much better setup, guys. And I'm going to give you a tour later of everything. Not today, but it's crazy what my guys have been helping me build. And it's not for
Hmm.
me, it's for you so that we can share and be professional and be the best that we can be to share truth. We're not going anywhere. Um, One of your guys in chat, and it was fair question, no problem. Says, okay, Greg, be careful there. You just gave Starsky's location away, um, but I really didn't. So don't worry, and I will explain to you why, just so everybody understands, because it's a fair question. So we were talking about way over here, guys, in way over here in that Karakova question. And this is a question that Starsky has asked me publicly, openly on streams. Starsky is not in Karakova. So Starsky is somewhere over here. Is that enough, OPSEC? Starsky's somewhere in that big blue circle. He's nowhere near Karakova, but he has served in Karakova in his military history. And as a veteran, he openly asks always about Karakova. So hopefully that helps you understand a little better. And thank you for caring for Starsky and for everybody. Now, I will tell you this, guys, right here. Sally Fouche, that is Pete's sister, there with Paul
Hmm.
Marose. Hasta la vista looks good on you, Greg. So there you go, Seth. Oh, wrong. I'm back on my camera. There you go. Hasta la vista. In fact, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. There it is right there. Hasta la vista. And I need, you know what? I'm going to go pure redneck on you. Watch this. Because I don't have my overhead lighting ready yet. So I'm going to turn my phone light on. There it is. Hasta la vista. How about that for studio lighting? That's a Professor Gerdes special right there. Hasta la vista. Right there. And it's an honor, Sally, to be wearing that. And I'll tell you what, there's no better sound. That sound right there, when you give stuff to a soldier and they go, let me tell you, am I telling the truth, Zhenya? There's no better feeling.
Yeah.
There's no better feeling.
It's a sound. Sometimes it's a sound of jealousy for me.
Yeah. Okay. Sometimes they give the smaller American the better patches. So, but Zhenya always catches up. Zhenya always catches up. All right, guys. So let's do this. Thank you. And so active in the chat, so active everywhere. Just thank you. All right. We're going to show some video tonight, and then we're going to give you an update on the armored vehicles. And we are going tonight to share with the Fouche family and all of you here on both channels the spreading of Pete's ashes in Svyatogorsk. Yes, I can say where it happened. No problem. So all of that's coming. We'll show some videos. We'll get Zhenya's comments. Prof, get your comments. We have so much video from our running there with Zhenya, Rick, Andrew Mercado was with us. And guys, Rick and Andrew, my studio is finally, literally set up finally 10 minutes before the stream started tonight. So I will be uploading all of my video to you guys and sharing as we promised. But tonight, this afternoon, Amethyst, Chechen gifts, Papa Dutch becomes a legend, Pete talking about the armored vehicles. I have Pete's bed, a video from Ma Rose, and we'll share the spreading of the ashes and then an update on the armored vehicles. Guys, it's good. So let's start here. Let's start with Amethyst. And Amethyst is one of our guys that we all, you included, support. Just a little video clip here. Let's do Chechnya first. Here we go. Chechnya. I'll come back to Amethyst.
Ножниці тобі не потрібні?
Давай.
Ще потрібні?
Да.
На, ти можеш пакет. Скільки тобі ще ножниць треба?
Скільки в мене багато важливо. Скільки є можливість, не наглію.
No interpretation needed. Given stuff. Your trauma shears you purchased.
Для волонтера.
Да.
Скільки скажеш досить?
А так нам пару штучок я дав ще для навчання. Навіть тут по старкону, правда? Все, стоп.
Мила треба, щітки?
Мило, давай ще щітки я хлопцям дам на передовоці.
Шампунь цей давати?
Давай, хлопці.
Да, он нужен.
Да.
Да, запах чуть-чуть плохая.
He needs bath soap. He stinks. Getting them laughing.
Мила треба?
Да, нужен.
All right. So hang on, Zhenya. You want to tell what was happening right there?
Okay, so we participating regularly, supplying the battalion of Chechens, real Chechens who fight against of slavery, Russian slavery, and they're helping Ukrainians to get back our territory. And we've been in Starokonstantinov, met our guys, and he said, "Okay, man, if you're here, please give me something because they just called me and they gave me, I mean, the picture. They're in a terrible situation. Greg, you don't know, but after that moment, we already 3 times supplied them.
Hey,
And yeah,
Слава Україні!
yeah. And
let Zelensky
probably
finish.
we'll hear it first time. This guy who is taking care, and he's a part of, with Sergei, pastor, and chaplain from Starokozaki, they needed, they somehow they made, I mean, they made, not made, they collected money. People were helping for some mini truck, I would say, some car, and but they didn't have enough money to fill the tank to drive it from Lithuania to Ukraine. So, and us, our community, we already paid it. We helped them, and this vehicle is on the way. It will be going, the vehicle from Sarkon, and we helped, let's say, other organization, and one more. It's important help because they're going there and back, and they didn't have car because the car they had was given to military.
Prof, that just validates for you, there's so many ways to help that people do not think about. Okay, so we had a vehicle in Lithuania, but they don't even have enough money to fuel it, to get it to where they need it in Ukraine. And we come alongside. That's us, you, all the guys out here. Starsky just popped a message in the chat, right? Everybody, we're all working together to support and to stand. And we help in ways that people have no idea, but we're here to share. Just filling gas tanks. Jane and I regularly fill gas tanks all over Ukraine when we are helping guys, or we see something that is needed, or they make a trip. We will regularly put fuel in their tanks. It's vital.
Yeah. So thank you.
It's important that you not just cooperate to graduate, but that you sing your high notes, whatever they are, and finding those places, where you see things that are already at work, where you can add value and plug in. And there you go. That's another example.
Starsky said in here, Greg, I was impressed. Rick yesterday mentioned that they finished building the bridge in Svetogorsk. Last year it didn't exist. That is correct, sir. And I believe, if not, I do have video, Starsky, and I'll send it to you. But I believe in this video, in just a few minutes, you may even see the bridge, I think. But yes, it's quite quiet there as far as population and a lot of destruction. But the bridge is built, and it's really nice. So, all right, now after we give those supplies, this is what happens, and this is where Zhenya says he gets a little jealous. Okay.
Є.
Ого.
Так. Це тобі натримай.
Some candies for me not to cry.
You see, guys?
А це тобі.
Дякую. Да.
I'm not sharing location.
No. Chechnya за Ukraine. Chechens for Ukraine. Дякую.
Скинеш мені фото потім.
Okay.
Ще буде, я тобі ці старконовські наберу, добре?
So there you see it. What that actually does this again. There it is, guys, right there. That's the actual patch. There comes my lighting from the iPhone. Right here. That is Ukraine. There is the Chechen, Ukrainian trident, Chechen flag, Ukrainian flag, all swords there. So there you have it. And yeah, Greg, I saw it in the chat. Greg snatching the patches. It's a little game. So there we have it. Now I have Amethyst. Amethyst is one of our main. I love this guy, and he was given a little bit of rest, see his family, but actually do some training in a location. We were near him, and we messaged, and he goes, or he said, "Hey, where are you at? I'm off the front for just a little bit, doing some training and seeing my family." And we messaged back, "Well, we're out west too right now." He goes, "Well, I'm staying right here on this street in this city." And Jane and I laughed, and I said, That is less than 1 kilometer from my apartment. The guy was right beside me on his training, so we grabbed him a tea.
Do you hear anything?
Yeah, I hear the absence of power and generators, but we're still getting tea with the hero here. So there you have it. Guys, it's just a regular look, and I'm going to tell you, Amethyst, that's his call sign. The dude is a stud. And you see his little string coming down. And I think the reason I chose to show that tonight, because we have dozens and dozens of hours of video, is to show you, if you walked into that tea shop, Professor Gerdes, and this is for you, and you saw that guy ordering a cup of tea, you would never know that he is a soldier on the front. He's just there with his family, got his orange t-shirt on. No. He is beast mode. And a real wonderful human being fighting for his country. There we are walking away. So what the world needs to know is Amethyst is 6'6". I'm 6'5.5". I grew from 6'4" since I've not streamed in 3 weeks. I'm still growing. And, just lots of giants there in Ukraine. I don't know why the door is so much taller than us. I think they have like 13-foot doors in Ukraine, but really we're 6 feet tall. And that's just a joke. So, all right, let's go here. Everybody right now, please hear me. I have so much video we have of all of you guys sending things in via Amazon or other ways to help Ukraine, to stand with Ukraine, and for us to get there. Many of you put messages on those things, like a gift receipt on Amazon. You can type a little message. And I have tons of that video to share, and we'll be sharing it in the coming days and weeks. But there's something really special that happened with Papa Dutch. So Papa Dutch, this is your segment, sir. Papa Dutch is a well-known person here in the United States that is very active in supporting Ukraine with super chats and giving and buying things for us to get there. Just so generous. And sometimes Papa Dutch buys very strange things, and he'll send them to me and they'll have a note on them. Like, I know that somewhere on the Ukrainian front line, a soldier needs this. So then Jania and I will have to take this strange item, run it on the front line, and find out where it goes. And I'm going to tell you, more often than not, it's needed. So guys, here is Papa Dutch. All right, guys, really quickly here. Wasn't going to do any video today, but God's doing a miracle right now. Papa Dutch got my Papa Dutch.
Papa Dutch?
Susan, everybody listen to me. This is unbelievable. Okay, unbelievable. First of all, хлопці, бажаю здоров'я. Health to you guys. Thank you for all you do. I'm wishing them health, thanking them for their service. We are where these guys battle. If I called it, you would absolutely know. So we thank them for their service.
Дякуємо за їх службу.
We have a couple of, hold this please, Rick. We have a couple of presents for you.
Пару подаруночків є.
From America.
З
With a story.
З історії
This
кожен.
is from Susan.
Це від Сьюзен.
Okay, and it's in the English and
Англійською
Ukrainian.
мовою і українською.
Okay, so this is battle-worn patches from America.
Це бойовий,
Is this from the 4th Army?
який носили в реальному бою. Патч.
At the
Да,
Norway.
в Штатах.
Okay, and this is your package. Okay, and this is yours, Alice.
Це твій Олесь.
This one's incredible, man. World War II U.S. Army Supreme Headquarter Allied Expeditionary Force fighting in West Berlin.
Друга світова війна,
World War II, brother.
Верховний штат армії США, союзні експедиційні сили Західний Берлин, Німеччина.
Це з Другої світової. З часів Другої світової.
Ого. Ого. Дякую.
Thank you. Wait.
Brother, we only give serious presidents. Okay? You fighting. I'll go English so you guys understand. And Rick, you translate Ukrainian. Okay? You two and all of your team are fighting for us.
Ви двоє та ваша команда боретесь за нас.
You're fighting for your wives, your children, your
За
family,
своїх дітей, дружин. Да.
but you're fighting for the entire world.
Але ви б'єтеся за весь світ.
And everybody here, that's Andrew Mercado,
І всі тут, як Ендрю,
Rick.
Це я, да.
myself, Zhenya, and all the people we represent.
І всі, кого ми представляємо.
You're welcome.
Thank you. No, I didn't say thank you first. Okay,
Дякую.
now, here's the real miracle. All right, so sit
Sit down, please.
I told him, sit down. Politely. Okay, please. 15 minutes ago, all it said, showing us pictures. And Andrew and Rick and myself. He's showing us pictures of salads and his marriage and how his life has changed in 1 year. Okay? And this is what he said. I love to cook.
Я люблю готувати.
I love to cook. I want to cook. But I'm in a war. All right. Right before I left to come, one of our faithful supporters and viewers, he's got a very well-known name, Papa Dutch. Papa Dutch sent me this in the mail.
Один з strong supporters, міцних прихильників та тих, хто підтримує, надіслав Грегу це.
It came to my office, and I opened it out of the package, and I looked at it with the message, and I said, Papa Dutch, what are you, crazy? Send me a tourniquet.
Краще турнікет, ніж це.
No. Here's the message. Somewhere on the zero line, there is a place, a kitchen.
Let me translate. Десь...
I needed English, more importantly.
Okay.
Yeah, and then you can translate. Where they cook for troops. I want them to have the very best, and these last forever from Papa Dutch, that guy. Now, translate for me.
Okay, let me read it. Десь на нулі є таке місце, де кухня, де вони готують для війська. Я хочу, щоб вони мали найкраще. And these last forever.
They do not ever wear out. High quality. They do not become dull.
І ці, вони, типу, будуть вічно працювати. Forever from Papa Dutch. Навіки від Papa Dutch. Це нікнейм.
Okay, Papa Dutch.
That guy.
Okay, now, I thought Papa Dutch was crazy, but boy was I wrong. So we are witnessing, in my opinion, a miracle.
Scotch off me first.
Let's leave it there. You will have the note. Here is the message that actually came from Amazon. Okay, there it is, Papa Dutch. And many of you have done this. And you guys know that we've had a very difficult couple of weeks honoring Peter. So a lot of schedules are off, but everything works out in perfect timing. There's a timing for everything. And today, слухай мене.
Listen to me, that's your gift, man.
Давай, открыто.
Watch this guy's expression.
Ти що? Ти що?
Oh boy! That can be translated like that. Do you like this?
Круто.
Cool.
It's like бомба. Просто бомба.
Це подарок від Бога.
Papa Dutch forever.
Papa Dutch forever. So Papa Dutch, thank you.
Okay.
Papa Dutch.
Out of control.
On behalf of Papa Dutch.
Let's show them, maybe?
Yeah. Look at here.
Kitchen
Oh.
set. Ooh.
Serious.
So he said they last forever.
Last forever.
Будуть служити вічно.
Very high quality. Everything you need, my friend, from Papa Dutch and from the people that
Я
love
тільки
you.
жінки говорив, коли ж ми ножі купимо
I,
було?
I just said to my wife when we're gonna be buying knives. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Спасибо, хлопці.
serving the military.
Yes.
Thank you, Papa Dutch.
These are
От душі.
these are frontline guys from the heart. Thank you guys. Thank you all. Thank you everybody. Slava Ukraini, хлопці.
Героям за.
So there you have it. Prof, you know, Zhenya and I do that all the time due to the generosity of people in the YouTube community and all of our communities working together, and lots of streamers in here today. So thank you guys for all being here. And you saw Rick there and Andrew there and Zhenya there and myself there. You're here now, and we do that nonstop. And did you see the joy on that man's face?
Oh yeah, it made me involuntarily smile. I couldn't help myself. That was awesome.
Oh, so Papa Dutch, thank you. Jacob.
It's a good point to stick one message from Pete in here.
Please.
Okay.
There it is.
Yep, that's
God
right.
plus unity equals victory. That's Peter. I see a chat in here. It'll come up for me in just a moment. From S. Murphy. There's Mertzy. Mertzy, I love you, brother. Mertzy serving with us in Ukraine. I've never seen you, Rick, without that backpack with an arm's reach. Mertzy, let me be honest with you. No matter where we jumped out on the front, Rick always took time to grab his backpack. So it was I actually noticed that as well. It was really, really interesting. S. Murphy had put a chat in here. There you go. Thank you, Greg. This is the person that provided those World War II badges. Thank you, S. Murphy. And thank you for, I believe you told me it was your father's service. If I'm mistaken, I know it's a family member. But I have tons of those patches that we will continue to deliver to the front lines. Now, all right, guys, we're going to move now to the culmination of the stream and the good news about the armored vehicles. We're going to go to, let's talk about the armored vehicles, Prof, and then we'll close honoring.
May
Peter.
I start?
Sorry,
Please, Jacob.
Then I will start from very small thing. You see that those items?
Wait a second. Let me do this. Go. Camera's yours.
Okay, you see those items?
Yeah.
So then this is, we call it in Ukraine, vanilla sugar cube. What is this? This is drone detector.
Mm-hmm.
It's like usually our guys are using it for personal use, and it has different options. This one shows different kind of drones. It shows the frequencies it's using. It shows when it's approaching, and it has a signal. You can use it in different discrete mode, different kinds. And this one, we decided to supply every vehicle with drone detector beside of, let's say, anti-drone systems, the drone detectors.
Mm-hmm.
And then we will describe all of it later. But this is just additional. We paid it, and it goes with all, because this one the person can get with in the trenches or somewhere. So this is the small thing I started, and then we prepare. Then the drone systems are built. I will show maybe the boxes later and how it looks like, but maybe not much specs right now, but the small thing I started. Now your turn.
That's important.
It's very important.
That's like life-saving aid right there. That's what that is.
It's vital. And let's just do it this way. Everybody's been asking questions because this is turning out to be about a $250,000 project, between $250,000 and $300,000 project that is paid for. I can give you guys an update that the desire for these vehicles began with one person. It began with this man right here. Hasta la vista. This is where it began. It didn't begin in Prof's brain, Zhenia's brain, my brain, some chat message in a stream. Peter asked, please, we need some armored, and he loved to use the word Kosovacs. All right, we need some armored Kosovacs. Well, guys, I know it's taken a while, but these are the real deal. This is not some wrapped Nissan pickup that we're calling an armored vehicle. These are the real deal coming. And I can tell you officially, as of yesterday, I received the email. They are paid for in full. The export license is paid for in full. The vehicles are being selected and will be moved to the transport. The information that Zhenya needs as far as VIN and all that, I'll have it maybe even when I get off this stream. I just need to check my email. It's all done, guys. Now it comes to us in Lviv. We don't have to deal with the border. We don't have to deal with anything. We've paid for it all the way. You have to Lviv. We are like at peace. On Monday, I will be leaving again to return to Ukraine. And as Zhenya was sharing with you, the drone detectors, the drone jammers, these are all pluses that we are adding. And it's not some drone jammer detector from 6 months ago. It's the latest and greatest with the multi-frequency, the largest possible band of frequencies as well, plus all of the additional things we're adding, filling them with supplies, taking care of the winches, the tires, everything. And these vehicles are not coming like worn out and ragged and tore up. These are prepared and ready to go immediately. We're just putting some cherries on the top, and then we will convoy those to the front. And yes,
I want to add something to what you said.
Please do.
So you said it was Pete's idea, and you're right, it was. At the same time, going back to that theme of unity, at the same time, you and I were talking about, well, let's go ask what they need, right? And at the same time, it was people watching, like the people watching now, that were going, how can I help? How can I fund this? Because I don't have $250,000 sitting around. I don't know about you, but I just don't have that. But that's why we all need to work together in this. And I mean, this is, everybody should be celebrating that these are getting where they're going, because it was a group effort. It was not this person or that person gets a, no, this is a community effort. Cooperate to graduate.
Yeah, this is going to be something special. And now it's not, it's coming, guys. It's coming. And not only that, we're going to be sharing every piece of it, because there are thousands of people, I feel very comfortable to say thousands of people that have donated maybe $10, $20. Some have donated massive amounts, okay? But others, $5, whatever. You're going to see your gift in action. Yeah, Jeka.
Yeah, just for those who are a little bit worried about is it outdated and about the anti-drone system. So we made special contract for the persons, for the company, let's say, who built this system. And according the contract promised to the guys, it will be 6 channels, let's say 6-channel system, but for especially to have it like, let's say, newest and most needed, it will be supplied. The system was built with potentially 9 channels, and right before delivering the vehicle, they will, let's say, start working, or they will build exactly needed frequencies, because I would say probably the range. If you know something, it will go from 133 megahertz
Mm-hmm.
up to 5.88 gigahertz. And from this, I will not point anything else, but this is the range and possibility to fight with those in these ranges, let's say. And every week we update, we're getting update about on what front line, what direction, like Zaporozhye, Kherson, Kharkiv, the Donetsk region, the cars will be going to. There will be for newest request, newest updated information. We will supply that. It's for those who likes the numbers
And as Peter always said, we're going to be saving some lives together, and it's going to make people, when you lay your head down at night, you're going to know that you have been a part of saving lives. So with that said, let's go now. I'm going to go back to the moment Pete was giving some information on the snatches. This was an audio message he sent me. You are going to hear Peter's voice and see his picture. This is him talking about the armored vehicles. Here you go.
Hey brother, 13 Snatch Armored Land Rovers available for me. Block of Snatch Armored Land Rovers here. Greg, this is incredible. I've been praying for vehicles and wishing for vehicles for a long time, and making posts for vehicles, and we've had no bites. And all of a sudden, you and some wealthy gentleman in the UK all reach out to us at the same time about exactly the same subject. So we've got Ben is with us. He's friends with the guy from Tanks a Lot. A wealthy donor reached out to Tanks a Lot and said, I want to donate to Ukraine. He suggested Ben, who's with PK, and that ball is busy rolling. That same gentleman has asked us if we would like a couple of snatches as a start and a couple of quad bikes as a start, and he's going to try and fill it with several night vision and thermal images, and some kamikaze and surveillance drones. I don't know the numbers that he's offering, but he's offering. We were speaking yesterday. Sorry, these cats are driving me nuts. We were speaking with this guy. His name is Nick. He's the owner of Tanks a Lot, and he was giving us a video walkthrough of his vehicles. The Snatchers are ideal because not only is the cab is fully armored, but the rear is fully. So the front cab, the driver's cab is fully armored with armored glass, but the whole rear of it has been it's Kevlar. It's Kevlar, so it's bulletproof. It's armored. An elephant gun cannot go through it. They tested it. So just without opening these links, which I can't do now because I'm driving in a convoy, these snatches are ideal. And I love you for asking.
There you have it, guys. So that's the one of the originating factors of this project. And I was reading the chat, and sometimes it's difficult to hear Peter's voice, and I understand it, but you need to hear it. You need to hear this was his heartbeat, and together we're all coming and standing as one, all of our communities together as one, and we will fulfill this. And now is happening. And so grateful for that. That's where we're at on that. On Monday, I will be leaving for Ukraine. I have to finish moving into my my wife and I've moved in to help with our mother-in-law. She has dementia. You guys know all the things that happen. Recovering from Peter, traveling back, personal things going on in our family. But we're getting to the point now where we're getting stabilized. And I will do another live stream on Friday. We're going to do a free battle flag giveaway on Friday, just like we always do. And I will need to be off for live tomorrow and Thursday to finish helping my family get all squared away on the move in. And then Friday, free battle flag Friday. And we've given away a battle flag. And Monday, I'll be heading for Ukraine. So that's where we're at in delivering those. Now let's go to this. Some promises. When we went, and last segment for today, when we went to spread Peter's ashes were spread in 3 places. Well, they will be spread. The first place was with Galina on the bridge of the Dnipro River. And I'm not sharing that tonight because I wasn't sure if Galina would be in here. I'd like to actually have her with me on the stream when we share that. And we will. It's beautiful. The military helped us, provided us access to get on walking places we're not allowed to. So escorted us. We're standing in front of the big statue, putting or spreading Pete's ashes in the river Dnipro. Beautiful. But I want Galina to be here for that. The spreading of the ashes in the east, Zhenya and I were there. Of course, Rick, this is when we were making the front line with Rick and Andrew, and we were at Peter's place. And I want you to experience this as we close out. And then I'm going to show you guys something amazing. In fact, I'm going to show you something amazing right now. I know that Sally and Paul and Ma Rose are in here watching. Zhenya, you remember the Bishop of Kiev who assisted us so greatly in the funeral celebration of Peter's life?
Yeah, sure.
Do you remember him telling us that he was going to go to London and find them?
Yeah, he did.
Guys, here on the right is Paul. And if you cannot tell, that's Peter's brother. Pretty obvious, huh? That's London. He's wearing a PK shirt. On the left is the Bishop of Kiev, who honored Peter so much and cared that he physically, while being in London, went and found the Fouche family. I'm going to tell you something, guys, that is beyond description right there. That's a caring, kind man. We will be returning to Kiev and, of course, here next week. And Zhenya and I are going to go back and see the Catholic priest. And Ma Rose and Sally and Paul have asked us to make a donation to that Catholic church and to the Bishop of Kiev and the ministry there. And we will be making a substantial donation to those guys. But man, listen, it doesn't matter what background you come from right now. Left, right, Christian, non-Christian, atheist, agnostic, it doesn't matter. Right now, take that out. This man from Kiev cared enough to go and visit the Fouche family. Powerful.
You're making my audience cry, Greg.
Well, it's making all of us cry.
Comments.
So here's how this happened. How do you go, Greg, to the front so close and spread Pete's ashes where you want it to be? Well, we had to do everything in proper order. So the evening before, we had to visit the location. We had to see the location. I'm going to show that to you now. This is the place where we visited the evening before, and the decision was made. Starsky, if you're still in here, shut the Gerdes. This would be the location. You'll see this in a moment, in just in a minute, different video. This is where. This is the place where Peter's ashes was spread. And the video I'm getting ready to show you is crazy. I had made a promise to Ma Rose, and Ma Rose, I'm going to fulfill that promise to you now. So you make the pre-run, because it's war zone. You make the pre-run. You make sure everything's squared away. And then the commander, Loza, chooses a time that will be the safest for us to go and stand on that hillside like sitting ducks, okay, honestly, on a big target. And some of the guys there had a drone up in the air. You'll see that. Did everything right. But Loza said, I think we need to go. The best time will be like at 5:30 tomorrow morning. And I said, excuse me, 5:30? I've never spread ashes or had a funeral at 5:30. He goes, well, you're having one. 5:30 is the time, a.m. So the next morning we went at 5:30. But prior to that, that evening, after visiting the location for the drop of and the spreading of Peter's ashes, we went to Peter's home. And Ma Rose had asked if we could get a video of where Peter slept. And guys, you go.
Peter.
You see which towel is it? It's fast. No, you
Hasta.
see? No,
Hasta.
no.
I see
It's
it.
my wife present for Hasta.
Wow. Ma Rose and Sally and Paul, I have made it to Pete's group, and I wanted you to see this was Peter's home, and this was a gift from his commander's wife. So there's Hasta, and we all know that Peter's call sign was Hasta la Vista, and this was Peter's bed, Ma Rose. This is where your son rested and prepared himself to save people's lives. And it's beautiful here. Let me tell you, Ma Rose, listen. I've been to a lot of Peter's places. A lot of them. And I'm going to tell you, Ma Rose, listen to me. This is the most beautiful place. And I think... I know you were at the other places, Ma Rose, but this place definitely is special. And Ma Rose, I'm going to tell you a story right now, standing in front of your son's bed, and standing right behind the camera right now is Pete's commander. And we were just sitting outside, sharing stories about Peter. Ma Rose, I'm going to do this for you. You see that? Hey, I'm doing this, Ma Rose. Okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you the story of that right now. We'll do that over tea and crumpets. Right there. But I think this will be a blessing for you, Ma Rose. Peter's commander. We're sitting outside. We're sharing. We're talking. And he's cleaning. He's cleaning.
That's it.
He looked at me and said, maybe, Greg, you can tell Ma Rose one little story from me. I am not a religious man. But Peter's example in life have made me understand that there's a God, and I'm beginning to think about it in my life. And Ma Rose, I know you seeing that right now in video is probably putting a tear here and a smile here, because that's what your son did. And it's our honor to bring this to you. And all the guys are around. And that was Pete's place. So we love you, Ma Rose, Paul, and Sally, and Nicola. Thank you.
So there you have it. That was Pete's bed. Now, basically, let me just tell you this in a nutshell. Jane, you don't be tearing up. I was doing good until I see Janya's eyes. All right.
So folks
on.
on my in my comments are talking about how they're all cutting onions at the same time.
It's
I'm not sure what's
Well, you
leading to
just wait.
everybody cutting onions. I mean, it is dinner time where I am, but
I will tell this in 30 seconds. Peter went on a mission. Peter had a problem with his tire. A bad problem. And they couldn't get the vehicle out. At the closest, they were 800 meters to sniper positions, and the commander himself said, I was so afraid at sometimes I was just, I'm basically quoting here, and Zhenya can confirm it. If you're going to kill me, just shoot me and let it be over, because we were that close. And Pete had contacted him somehow and said, I need a wheel. We're stuck and we're trapped. And Loza said, I'll get you a wheel there. The problem was the wheel that they brought, They needed 6 lug nuts, but only had 3. So, Professor Gerdes, I was telling you about the W earlier. Now the memory's coming back to me perfect. When they were getting out, they got stuck at a position close. They got that wheel on there mounted with 3 lug nuts. And they couldn't get it out. And they're trying, and what should have taken 40 minutes, I think he said took hours and hours and hours. And they got to a position where they were very exposed, the Russian position, and the vehicle wouldn't go any further. And Loza jumped out and said, well, we're not leaving the vehicle. And Peter was in the broken vehicle, and Peter did this to Loza. 3. All we need is 3 lug nuts, not 6, 3. We're getting out of here with 3. And that's the story, Prof. And they got out of there. How, I don't know, but I'm going to show you guys something right now. I want you to look at this gentleman's left hand. You see the 3? It's just a little symbol. Came from Pete and 3 lug nuts. By the way, I'll get it off, but that's the gentleman that pulled Peter from the battlefield. Right there. Now, the next morning we arrived, and guys, here you go. What we've been promising to the family and to all of you. It's already going. Today is the day. It's a beautiful morning here. June the 9th, 2024. It is July the 9th, 5:41 a.m. And it's peaceful. It's beautiful. We're at this overlook over Svetogorsk in the Donetsk region, and it's like the hero Peter is standing here and the flag is waving, and this is where we will lay Peter's ashes to rest over this beautiful land and territory. A lot of Peter's friends, soldiers, and partners have come, and today's going to be a very special day for us to share with you. So thank you for being here this morning. Perfect place. It's the absolute perfect place. So we have
Okay, I'll stop.
Unbelievable timing. The bells were ringing. Good morning, friends and family of Peter Michael Fouche.
Доброго ранку, друзі та сім'я, родина Пітера Майкла Фуше.
We are at this particular location due to the request of his mother.
Ми конкретно на цій локації там по запиту його матері.
And his mother is honored that you, his brothers and sisters in arms, and us, his friends, would be here to lay his ashes to rest in this region that he loved so much.
Його мати, вона дала нам таку можливість, доручила нам таку можливість вам, як його побратимам, сім'ї по зброї, І нам всім, щоб ми могли розвіяти прах тіла Пітера тут,
I
на
would
пам'ять
agree
його.
that this is the perfect location.
І я погоджуюсь, що, мабуть, це така досконала локація.
Overlooking all these lands that Peter drove around helping people.
Тут, коли є вид на ті території, по яким Пітер їздив і допомагав людям.
The Ukrainian flag flying.
І прапор України, який розвивається.
The beautiful church here by the river.
Чудова церква біля річки.
I want to remind you of two scriptures from the Bible that Peter loved very much.
І хочу вам нагадати два місця з Святого Писання, які дуже любив Пітер.
The book of Ecclesiastes
Книга Еклезіаста
says there is a time to be born
говорить, що є час народжувати,
and there's a time to die.
народитись і є час помирати.
There's a time for peace
Є час для миру
and a time for war.
і час для війни.
But God holds all things in his hand.
Але Бог все тримає в своїй руці.
Today we return Peter's ashes to the hands of God.
І сьогодні ми повертаємо прах Піта в Божі руки.
So I'm going to prepare the urn.
Я приготую урну.
The scripture also says ashes to ashes
Також Писання говорить прах до праху
and dust to dust.
і пил до пилу.
What came from the earth
То, що прийшло з землі,
will return to the earth.
повернеться до землі.
And today
І сьогодні
we are returning Peter
ми повертаємо
to the earth.
прах Пітера до землі. Хто може зняти? Додатково я буду.
Jen, you got the camera?
Yes.
Maros and Paul, Sally. If you look down this hill, this is where Peter's ashes are going to lay. And they're just going to overlook this beautiful region that he loved so much. It's for Peter. Слава Україна!
Героям слава!
Lord, we thank you for the life of Peter.
Боже, дякуємо тобі за життя Пітера.
We thank you for the example that he was.
Ми дякуємо за той приклад, яким він був.
We thank you for the heart that he had.
Дякуємо за таке серце, яке він мав.
May the heart that Peter had
Нехай серце, яке Пітер мав,
grow stronger in all of us every day.
ця характеристики будуть проростати в наших серцях кожен день.
That we would love our God,
Щоб ми любили нашого Бога,
love our country,
любили нашу країну
and fight for justice.
і боролися за справедливість.
We will not surrender.
А ми не будемо підкорятися злу.
We will continue to fight Peter's battle.
Ми продовжуємо боротися боротьбою Пітера.
We stand against evil.
Ми стоїмо і будемо стояти проти зла.
We stand for what is right.
Ми будемо стояти за те, що правильно,
And
за добро.
It will be our honor
І це буде честь для нас,
to finish what Peter started.
щоб завершити те, що Пітер почав.
Thank you again
Дякуємо ще раз
for the life of Peter Michael Fouche,
за життя Пітера Майкла Фуше,
our friend.
нашого друга.
Amen.
Амінь.
Daniel, thank you for all that work, buddy.
I'm usually not at a loss for words, but I mean, I don't even know what to add to that. It was just, wow.
Well, I think what we can say was when Peter was killed and everything started unfolding on June the 27th, I had just gotten into the country and I had to identify his middle name, and then everything unfolded. Zhenya worked relentlessly, Ukrainian military, Anna, others, the Bishop of Kiev. I mean, the list goes on. All of you wonderful people around the world with your support and your care and your love, your donations. I had to be silent for days because we couldn't share information. It started to leak out a little bit. We honored Project Constantine and let Yana announce it. And Galina on Rick's stream. And then I jumped in. We did everything right. And I kept saying, I think it was Keith Kane who responded to me, or somebody, but I think it was Keith. I said, we're only going to do this once, but we're going to do it right. And yes, it has taken some time. It is August the 13th to share that spreading of the ashes. Who would have guessed all the other things that would have unfolded? But we did it right. And we've honored Peter. We've been grateful to the community. And we will finish, just like we said, standing there at Svyatogorsk. What Peter started, we're going to finish. That I was more emboldened than ever to help Ukraine. Seeing those soldiers stand there, honoring Peter under that flag on that hillside. Guys, we didn't plan for those bells. We didn't plan for anything. We just knew that was the spot. And unbelievable how that unfolded. For me, that's just a divine sign. For Johnny Pierce, it would be an alignment of the planets. Regardless, it was the right time, at the right place. And Zhenya, all of Pete's commanders, Project Constantine, Yana, Galina, Fouche family, all of you wonderful people in the community, we made it happen. Now, there is one more thing that's going to happen. We do have, I know it's at least 10,000 US dollars that we'll be wiring to the Fouche family for Ma Rose and Peter's daughter. And that is through donations from all of you. I will be getting that proper information from the Fouche family. And we finish what we started. That's my final words.
Independently of that,
Yeah.
Project Constantine is up to 111,000, I think,
Yes.
in that final project, Project Tatiana.
Mm-hmm. Well, here's what I'm going to tell you, Prof, and I know Zhenya's here as well. I'm ready to get behind that full force. We're going to finish it. Project 22 will not stand uncompleted. And let me get to Ukraine next week. Yeah, we're delivering the armored vehicles. That will be mission accomplished. And then we have to finish what Peter started. I have the video. I've not shared it with him talking to me about Project 22, Project Tatiana, and we're going to finish it. So we have that to look forward to honor Peter and to stand with Ukraine. I do want to say, just before we'll give some final comments, let me do this. Tracy Berry, member for 5 months. It's so great to see you all. Slava Ukraini. Annette, that is CF Beauty from the Shills. Annette gave me a gift to take to Peter, and I was taking it to Peter. It was a religious gift, and Peter sacrificed his life for Ukraine and for the world. That went to Ma Rose, and she knows it. Happy to see you back. God bless everyone in Ukraine and everyone who helps. iBag M gifting a membership. Linda H gifting 5 memberships. Mertzy, safe travels. Greg and Jania, $9.99. Mertzy, thank you, brother. Let's get together and grab a coffee. Haji, welcome to crew member. iBag gifting 5 memberships. Papa Dutch, $2 to everything. There is a purpose. Susie Q, $20 super chat, says, Pete came to me in a dream in the week after his death, hugged me, talked with me. When we turned around, he had to go. Hundreds of people in the room. He wanted to hug and speak to all, or two. Did he come to anyone else? Was heartwarming. And I was actually reading in the chat where other folks have had dreams of Peter. And listen, I believe in that stuff personally. Ohms, $10 super chat. Jammers. Yes, sir. Ohms, you're going to see it. And your name fits Jammer as well. Rotormax, $20. Hi, Greg, Jane, and Dr. Gerdes. Here's some for the fun where you need it. Slava Ukraini. Thank you, sir. Rachel Dobbs, $5. Will you be able to show us the crematorium ceremony? I know that we weren't able to see it. Yes, I will show that. That's a lot of random video. And to be quite honest, Jane and I hired a professional cameraman, and I'm editing that down and going to do a really nice celebration video, and probably not do it as a live, but post it in memory and honor of Peter, and you will see everything there that way. Of course, make reference to it in a live because a lot of folks jump into my lives. Tito Valenzuela, hello to Greg, Jane, and Prof. Gerdes, Slava Ukraina, Gerom Slava. Pete is in our hearts. Yes, he is. Richard Bennett gifting 5 memberships. So with that said, I say thank you. And I will just personally say, oh boy, it felt good to be back chatting with all of you tonight. It feels like family. So thank you. Prof, you want to say something, and we'll give Zhenya the final word as the Ukrainian in the house.
So somebody in my chat asked, who is Pete? And some people were trying to inform him, but maybe one of you two want to try to shortly explain his background. And
Peter was a South African Brit, born in South Africa, lived in London for 20 years or so, was a police officer in London in the UK. And when the full-scale invasion happened, he was so moved emotionally that he came to Ukraine. And I know Yana can confirm this in Galena, but he came to fight for the children. That's why he came originally. He started a nonprofit called Project Constantine. That is the PK. You keep hearing Project Constantine. And raising funds, trying to buy vehicles. It was very slow going for him. But then notoriety began to come, and his message began to get out. And then we divinely connected through Rick the Ukrainian, and then everything kind of exploded for us and for him and Project Constantine. People started to donate, and we started to accomplish big, great, and mighty things. And Peter was a medic. I have a video I need to show again where I'm sitting in Pete's house, and Zhenya had found helium in Kharkiv. Pete said, you can't find helium. I said, well, I have Zhenya. We found helium. And so we're sitting there. He needed it to put balloons in the air, and he's sucking on the helium, talking like, and then he looks at the camera and goes, don't worry, I'm a medic. This is classic Peter. But Peter was not only a medic, he was also a military medic. He was he took a contract with the Ukrainian military, plus the nonprofit. He was fighting for the children, for you, for Ukraine. And Peter went viral when he made the video, "I'm Ashamed of the West." And at that point, Peter began to gain more notoriety. And the rest is history. We've stood together and fought together and worked together and supported each other. And Peter gave his life for the country and the region he loved very much. When you guys were looking at the video there where we dropped his ashes, Peter lost his life just over to the right a little bit. That would be the direction. We were right there. So thank you. And that's the update. Jania, I turn it to you to close us out, buddy.
Somebody asked how it's going with the medical supplies. Didn't share it before, but it's nonstop.
Go right. Oh, you know what? Let me put you on full. Hold on. I've got it.
Sorry.
So the studio's rebuilt, but I'm not completely dialed in. Here you go. There you go. So
it's like one off, and I will show the other one minute. Okay, the other one, and okay, doesn't matter.
While you're looking, so, I will say,
Rick, if I don't know,
you
have you shared one?
No, I haven't shared anything, bro, but we will.
This is about the medicine. It's Kharkiv, and we got a request. The other thing our guys needed, and we supplied it. Then Airborne Brigade got this special combat medic backpacks, and it with the stuff in it. We did, and it's the other story. Maybe I'll share more later. Yeah. So
the work is nonstop. That's the best way to answer it. It's nonstop, and we will be nonstop until victory. I do want to say thank you to Rick, the Ukrainian, for gifting 10 memberships. Brother, thank you so much. I appreciate and love you. And I guess next week we'll have to have dinner together. Hang on, let me go. Oh, there you go. It's in the screen. There's Rick. There's Andrew.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, guys. Rick, thank you, brother, for gifting those memberships. And I'll get you some soup next week.
Medicine, IFACT. So we'll share the other stream.
Nonstop. But we couldn't do it without all of you. So thank you.
Zero chance.
Hour and 43-minute stream to an hour and 40-minute stream. Professor Gerdes, we're becoming like Rick the Ukrainian, who streams for 7 and 8 hours. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah, I have no idea how he does that. That's amazing.
He's a legend. Well, thank you. Jania, thank you. See you soon, buddy. I know this is a tough one. And yes, guys, Jania and I have exactly matching glasses. Prof, thank you. Guys, we appreciate all of you. Love the long streams. Makes your channel grow. Well, Red Hammer, thank you for that. And we'll keep them rolling. I will tell you, it's going to be much different this time when I'm in Ukraine, and we will be streaming a lot. So be ready for that. Thank you guys for everything, and blessing. So, Prof, you want to give your message, and Jane and I'll do ours.
Yeah, so I generally end my videos by saying thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.
And we like to say a good night to all.
To all, a good night.
Slava Ukraini!